there are quite many at work. But the first boundary you have to lay at work with yourself is to get to understand that your workmates are not your friends.
You know how you be at work and there are these people that are always distractions. You know how like I have a report, I have a deadline to complete this, to compile this report, or maybe put it on my boss needs it at a certain time.
Yeah.
And there's this person who is just a distraction. They you can't concentrate when they're at the office.
You have to advocate for yourself. I know, of course, there are some people at work that, you know, are going to do certain things to you, and you advocating for yourself doesn't mean like quarrel and address everything that comes your way, but advocating for yourself is have a voice in a respectful way.
Yeah. Takes us back to one thing: treat others the way you want to be treated.
You want to be treated.
Give others the treatment that you would want. Be mindful when you come to distract others, or when you come to bring in jazz that is not convenient for the workplace, or it's not relatable to the workplace. Just be mindful. If you see somebody's really trying to fix something, work on a task or stuff like that. Hi friends, welcome back to Relatable Moments. My name is Jennifer. I'm here with Flavia. First of all, we want to thank you guys for the support. Thank you so much for loving us, loving our videos. People have shared our videos. They have shown us the love, the positive and negative feedback. It's all welcome. Thank you so much. We appreciate the effort. We appreciate the support, and we will keep here and we will grow as you grow with us. Yeah. So today we wanted to discuss a topic that we feel is going to be a very good topic to relate to, because on our day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And this topic is about boundaries. When I talk about boundaries, I can say that this is a line that everyone sets or draws in between you as a person and the people that are, let's say, in your life or in your environment that we live with. Those relationships you have at work, the relationships you have with your family, your friendships out there. And I feel like when I say boundaries, what I understand is that line that I draw, like this is my personal space. Whoever comes to me, there's a limit. They should, like, that's where you end. Buli muntu alina ekintu where ugamba kati wano wokoma. This is a boundary that I've drawn for people that when muze, yes, come to me, but I mean, this is my space. It's not something that wechikuba no chiragawo, but in you obera ochimanyi era omuntu waba oversteppinze or steppinze ochiwulira. So Flavia, what are boundaries to you?
I would say boundaries are like, of course, as you've said, where you draw the line in whatever relationships you have. It could be family, it could be your friends, it could be your workplace. So we won't go into the depth because, you know, today we are going to just focus on one area of life, which is the workplace.
Yeah.
You know. So I would say it's the limitations you put with between your workmates
to protect yourself.
Yeah
It's like that's a wall for the inner you, to be like, this is how I protect myself. And it's a healthy thing to do. It's just that sometimes they think this is going to come out rude people are going to feel mean or selfish. But it's a healthy thing to have boundaries.
Also just to put a point onto that, when we speak about boundaries, there's some people that try to come off as mean when they're trying to set boundaries. You don't necessarily have to be mean or rude or disrespectful to set those boundaries, because at the end of the day, you know, instead of now you drawing those healthy boundaries, you're going to come off as someone people can't work with.
And I feel there are healthy ways that we can actually protect our boundaries and we are not actually coming out rude. It's just a skill that everyone has to polish or work on and get to understand.
I was I would speak from like a corporate setting. From a corporate setting, like I'll give an example. For example, if you've started out a job, let's say you've started your job afresh. From personal experience, one of the perfect ways to draw your boundaries is when you come to your workplace. Firstly, if you are the kind of person, first work with your brand. Like how do you want people to read you? How do you want people to perceive you? You know, that is very key before you draw your boundaries. Because you're not going to come to work and you're the kind of person who is passive. You sit back, you're not active, you don't want to work, and you are going to be read a certain way. So even in your drawing of boundaries, people are not going to get it.
Yeah, I agree, because I feel like these boundaries, before you even draw them, okubalya abantu, start with you
yourself.
Gwe wenyini omanyi kiki kyoyagala, omanyi kiki kyoli, you know, because you create this environment, you create the treatment that you want other people to give to you. You don't have to demand for it, but engeri gwe how kind you are to yourself, how committed to your job are you, how respectful to your bosses are you, how do you talk back to other people. This will create an environment this person is respectful. I doubt okuleka at incidences entonotono ezigwamu omuntu woba, if you're respectful, you talk to your colleagues respectfully, you know how to give feedback, you know how to stand for yourself if you're being attacked in an unfair way. People will learn that this is who you are, and trust me, that's the treatment they'll give back to you. That's the treatment they'll give back to you. Yeah, because if you speak to someone respectfully all the time, if you are always, you know, working together with your teammates, you're always going in and out for the team, for the workplace, the time when they cross a certain line, if you speak up for yourself, that time they will actually listen. They'll be like, okay, and I doubt
they won't take it the wrong way,
and they will know that next time they will know how to approach you. So like, how do you, if I'm to ask, how do you come out, how can you give, like, let's say you are what are the different boundaries that you think you should lay at work?
I would say, well, there are quite many at work, but the first boundary you have to lay at work with yourself is to get to understand that your workmates are not your friends. So you have to draw a line in which things you share at work and where you stop. Don't overshare. Don't think these are your friends, because anything you share can be used against you at any time. And you might be tempted to do that, because us that live in the diaspora, the people that we find here, like, for them it's okay to overshare. You meet somebody for an hour. You leave when you know everything. Their husband, their great grandmother, their kids, everything. So be mindful of how much you share, because it could be used against you anytime, any day. That's a very nice point. Be careful what you share. The other boundary I would say is master your job, and don't try, like, focus on your business. Do not try to go out there to tell other people how to do their job and what to do. If you want to thrive at a workplace, mind your business. Focus on what brought you the job. I know most people say, because one of the qualifications of being promoted to manager is they want someone who takes ownership and they go out. But there is going out that is healthy, and there is going out which is suffocating to others, because they'll feel like you're teaching them. And people will be like, is that your scope? Just, can you stay in your lane? Because, like, for me, I would talk from my own experience. You know, like, when you come into a new job, like, you're just a fresh nurse, you're like a baby nurse. You get into work, and these are these senior nurses. They've been in practice for the past decades or whatever. They are older. They feel like they've had it all. You feel like they want to look at you as a baby. You don't know anything. They are going to boss you around. It's something that you you feel like you're choked. So instead of them teaching you, they're choking you. You don't get space to express. Okay, yes, you're fresh from school, but at least you've learned some things. You have the knowledge. You just need to strengthen your legs on the ground
and do what you're taught to do or you've been taught through school.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otuukanga omuntu ne waba akusomesa ekintu nga just weekyayedda because
they're looking down
bossing
on
you around, pushing you here and there. In nursing we call it nurses eating their young. Like even our professors, if they prep you
so
for this,
new.
you're like, these guys are going to eat you alive, but stand your ground and know that you have equipped the knowledge that you need to practice and treat your patients right. So yeah, I think it's very good to know when to don't overstep on people. Even if you're wise and you have more experience, know how to give feedback to
where
people.
You end.
I tell you, like, don't overstep.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Don't overstep. And also one other thing that I think is really, really key is a boundary you have to set is you have to advocate for yourself. I know, of course, there are some people at work that, are going to do certain things to you, and you advocating for yourself doesn't mean like quarrel and address everything that comes your way, but advocating for yourself is have a voice in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Have a voice.
That has reminded me of this thing. Like, how, okay, I'm going to talk a bit about my pastor. You know how he says, okay, or like when somebody comes to you and they are really stepping on you and they check your patience, you feel like you're burning. Yeah. And every time he says, like, for the sake of the kingdom, walk away. For the sake of the kingdom, don't return that energy. For the sake of the kingdom, calm down. So every time I think about there's somebody at work who is exactly what we have just talked about. She will come to you. Even when you're trying, like, she will come. And every time I'm like, God, give me the grace. Give me the grace. For the sake of the kingdom.
But there reaches a time where you will run out of the grace. So when you're not quarreling.
That's where I was going. Someday I was able to stand and be like, excuse me, I appreciate you. This nurse has told me a lot of things because she's been in practice for a very long time.
Yeah.
I told her, I appreciate what you have done. You have taught me a lot of skills. I feel confident to run the flow alone. I feel confident to do this and that. But I appreciate when you talk to me in a respectful way. Because you being in practice for many years, that you having experience that I don't have does not make me less of a nurse that you are.
Yeah.
So it helped me because now she has learned to be kind, to come and give me feedback. I didn't come out rude. I was able to stand for myself and get her to know how I feel. That she's appreciated, but then I don't like how sometimes she overcomes. So that is me standing for myself and saying, hey, check yourself.
You're making me hate my job. You're making me suffocate. Wake up in the morning, go to my workplace. I'm like, because if you have to think about it, sometimes someone said on TikTok some time back, they were like, it's not that people don't want to work. It's not that people hate their jobs, but it is the people they work with, the co-workers that are building a certain atmosphere. And if you're the kind of person who is always going to run, actually setting boundaries also helps you thrive in a place.
Okay.
Because when people are trying to choke you and trying to make you leave the job, you will stand your ground and address the issue instead of you leaving. Because everywhere you're going to run to, you will have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So the earlier you do it, the better, because you're going to find the same thing elsewhere.
Yeah.
These are people, we are working with people that have grown up different backgrounds, different settings, brought up in different families. They have a different mind. So, but there is always the common things that, we know how to live with society, which everyone has to embrace. So if someone is not embracing them, and most of this goes to the elder people we work with. Okay, of course, you are older than me. I'm respecting you. But if we are all doing the same job, say if I'm a relationship banker and you're a relationship banker too, we are at the same job. Don't try to be my mother or my auntie at the workplace.
Yeah.
I'm trying as much as I can to respect you. So we have to work hand in hand. Don't be the reason I do the job.
Yeah, I wanted to also share about this way. You know how you try to concentrate. I just wanted to know us to share ways of how you can come out to not you can come out to draw your boundaries with people at work and not come out rude or mean to them. What are I mean those different ways that you can drive your point home, but you actually not being rude. Like for example, you know how you be at work and there these people that are always distractions. You know how like I have a report, I have a deadline to complete this to compile this report or maybe put it on my boss needs it at a certain time.
Yeah.
And there's this person who is just a distraction. They you can't concentrate when they're at the office. And for us, we have it's like a station. Another station is like you don't like get to have your own office. We sit in the same place. I'm trying to maybe compile a report for my boss or the family, or the doctor wants something that I have to put together. But if somebody keeps coming to me to distract me with this, with that, with what had happened on the weekend, what somebody did to them, with all those rumors that happen, it gets to a point that you can't concentrate to work. And this is but sometimes I struggle with how I can tell this person. So I would like you to share. How do I make this person know that hey, I'm trying to finish something? Can you just
you're being a distraction? So there are two ways. I would say firstly, because there's something that says do not rebuke someone who is not convinced of your love for them. There is something someone told me. We were still doing career development for the 6 months, and they said, for the first time, try bringing cookies at work. First, try buying gifts for this person. Show this person you're my friend. I love you. Like before we even address the issue, let's try to first build that relationship. So later on, when these people are very much convinced Jenny is on my side, then I can be like, when they try to come and distract me, then I be like, girl, I love you, but from this time to this time, I'm trying to do this. I'll meet you later, like in the break room, and we shall have all the time in 30 minutes. There, they won't take it in a bad way.
Negative way.
But if we haven't created that relationship, and then I try to address that issue, then the person will take it, so she's showing us she works harder than. You get the point. It will come out negative.
And I also think Gwenawe, like I said, these boundaries start with you. You have to learn to step back when you see somebody is trying to work on something. Avoid being a distraction yourself. To others and to yourself. Because boundaries, you need also to, when you're drawing boundaries to anyone, start with yourself. Have you had a day when you go to work and all you do is check social media every now 10 minutes, 5 minutes, what? And then time gets to a point where you have to have done a certain task and you
did not.
So I had to throw in there, but I'll get back to that point. You were trying to say that we have to love on people.
Firstly, create that environment where if you have a coworker, you feel like these people benefit me. It could be my manager, it could be the person we work with on the same thing. I know it's hard because sometimes people already just have the bad heart towards you, but they say we can't return fire with fire. So I got into the culture of first try to build love and the small things. When someone comes into work, oh, you look so good today, try to throw in those positive vibes, Once in a while, how is your day going? Is everything fine? Do you need help with anything? Bring in cookies. When their birthday comes, you're not creating a friendship, but you're creating a good work relationship because this is a place you're going to thrive. So, and you spend 8 to 12 hours. So you might as well try to blend in with those people for those 12 hours.
For you to create that platform.
Yes.
Thrive.
Then later on, because when I come to you, for example, you are my friend. If I come to you and I tell you, Jenny, don't do this. Like there's a way you feel comfortable throwing a certain comment at me because of course Mifla is convinced of my love that I have for her. So you're comfortable. So let's people first try to create. Let us not jump to correcting things before we are convinced that these people are not going to take it a certain way because you're like, oh, they have to respect me. And no, that's not how life works.
And I also think to protect yourself and to be able to draw healthy boundaries, you need to learn to appreciate the day as it is. Wake up with a positive attitude. Wake up, appreciate whoever does a kind gesture to you or for you or for each, like for your colleagues. Be kind, as pass on kindness as they pass on kindness. If somebody steps in and helps you with a task, be appreciative. Like this healthy environment that you create, people will know where to go and how to respect how to overstay. They'll be like, no, she never does this to me. Exactly. I can't just come from the side and give her a big hug. That's not the platform, because some people are not comfortable with some things, those physical touch and stuff like that, so that they don't love you. But these are boundaries when we go back.
Some people don't want
so I mean this takes us back to one thing: treat others the way you want to be treated. Give others the treatment that you would want. Be mindful when you come to distract others, or when you come to bring in jazz that is not convenient for the workplace, or it's not relatable to the workplace. Just be mindful if you see somebody's really trying to fix something, work on a task or stuff like that. Know where to stop and when to jump in.
Also, let's be mindful. Let's try as much as we can to avoid people that bring a negative energy at the workplace, or these people that are always complaining about the boss, this work, this job. Those people are going to distract you from your purpose, because you very well know either you started that job because you want to grow a career, you're trying to move in higher positions.
They'll kill your mood every morning.
Will kill your mood, because they're going to bring every morning like, oh, this boss again, oh, this job, this company, I know it's good because you'll be on their side, but they're killing you in a way that you're hating your job. You're going to hate your bosses. You're going to hate everything. You're always going to carry a negative energy, and it's not taking you anywhere.
Avoid that. So that's also another boundary.
Draw a boundary. Know which people. I know people hate it when they be like, oh, this one is a workaholic or whatever, people that are doing their best, but try to tarry around those people, because they're the people that are going to give you a certain energy to go about your day. They'll make you love your job and not feel like, oh, I'm just working, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's not that we have worked hard, but it's our mind that is tired because of the too much negative energies that have been thrown.
The world
is
too loud. It's too loud that it doesn't give your soul space to rejuvenate and refreshing. Because Otukakology, the first person you meet, oh my god,
another day,
like
that's how they start. Another day.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't want any negativity, just don't come to me. I even step away from such people because I want to be positive. Can you just let me walk into this positive? You know how you wake up and like you speak into your life, you make your day what you want it to be. So it's a good place to draw boundaries to people that you feel are stepping are
making you hate your job. Because when people speak of negative energy, they're only speaking about, oh, this person came and they are quarreling. No, but sometimes it's just the people who are always complaining. They're always complaining. And usually, I have been one of those people that are always complaining, and I can audit my life. I won't speak for others. The times I tarried around complaining, I was doing nothing.
You complained the whole day.
But I was just complaining, and that complaining was making me not do anything.
It's not healthy. It's not a healthy platform.
No. And then when I started actually working, I found myself not complaining. Like, you're like, I'm doing my job.
You find yourself productive.
I was being productive. I was not focused on, oh, who is texting me or running to the bathroom to check my phone. I was focused on, did we get task A done? Did we get task B done? You're trying to be faithful at your job. And then I remembered the life where I was just complaining and not doing anything, and I'm like,
You had found the truth. You had found what it is that you had to check on. Yeah, that was a good idea that we shared this topic. People to help, to all share ways of how best we can have these boundaries and have them laid. And have them shared. And in a polite way, and people don't have to take them rude, but you're actually driving your point home. So please share your ideas, Comment in the comment section how best you're able to draw your boundaries at work, how able you relate with your colleagues at work,
and bosses,
and bosses and your clients. Share your experiences and see. Let's help each other thrive in this journey as we build our careers to the top. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.